Warning. This podcast may contain spoilers from whatever TV show or movie is mentioned. Please listen at your own discretion. Welcome to Viewers Anonymous.
Yo, what's going on? I am Scoots Bronson.
And I am S. Foster.
And this is the Viewers Anonymous podcast. What's going on with you, my brother?
Can't call it. Another day in the lab. Ready to get this one in. This was one of those ones that was, I think that if I could judge our fan base here for a little second, I think this is one of the ones that are going to throw them off.
Yeah.
But pretty good one, though, man. But how about yourself, man?
Let me tell you something, bro. I'm still recovering from last night. I was drunk gaming last night. So, yeah. And one of my nostrils just stopped up. I don't know how that happened. I don't know how that happened at all. But, you know what I'm saying? I'm alive, though. So we good. We rolling, bro. I had fun last night, though. I ain't gonna lie to you. You know what I'm saying? I ain't did that in a minute, man. You know what I'm saying? But I've been playing that new Call of Duty Vanguard.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, if anybody listen to this, if you're on Xbox, man, add me, Scoots Bronson. I play Call of Duty, you know what I'm saying, all the normal games. But yeah, man, we was having fun, man. You know what I'm saying? I just started
man, Call of Duty ain't normal, man. What you talking about?
Yeah, it is, bro. That's the shit. Call of Duty, bro. I be catching bodies, bro. Last night I wasn't though.
Never catching your body.
Hey, last night I was getting murked, bro. I know. I forgot what happened. Like, I think I was doing something where I got like killed 20 times just back to back. I was getting fucked up last night, man. But it was fun, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, bro. I at first, you know what I'm saying, like when I used to watch people doing that shit, like, you know what I'm saying, gaming and shit and streaming on Twitch, I used to be like, man, that got to be some boring shit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But now that they done added everything to it, you know what I'm saying, all the shit that you can do, and I finally actually start doing it, bro, that shit is fun as hell, bro.
Man, this is crazy. I ain't, man, look, like I say, man, the only thing I play nowadays, man, you know what I'm saying, y'all can judge me. I'm still on the old school PlayStation 3, man. That's the only one I got college football on, man. So I'm still playing college football, man. I took an L the other day. But you want to talk about?
Oh yeah, that's right. Because you said you switched up. Why did you pick Penn State though?
Dude, you remember when we had did? Damn, I'm trying to think. Was it? No, it was one of the 28 minutes of Les Pods that we did.
Yeah.
And I was telling you, I was like, dude, I don't know why they got the most simple uniforms ever, but man, that navy blue and white, that shit be hitting.
It is fired. I ain't gonna lie.
And it's just like, because we was talking about the whiteout game, and I was saying that they were saying that's one of the most, you know, hype atmospheres, and I was just like, yo, like that was like, if I was recruited, I mean, don't get me wrong, like now being older, like hell no. Like, knowing what I know about Penn State now, I wouldn't go there. But, like, back then, if they would recruited me, oh, I was there, dude. I was there just to wear the damn blue and white, to be honest with you. But, like, now knowing it's in the middle of nowhere, and ain't shit to do, it's cold, like, nah. Like, I'm not going up there. But, I don't know, man. I just switched up with them. But, man, like, the funny, I bring it up to say, but the shit that they do to you when they want you to lose, that shit is, it's not funny at the time, but it's like, it's funny. It's like all of a sudden, nobody in your team could tackle.
Facts.
Nobody could tackle. It's like they will break 17 tackles on one play and get a touchdown. Facts. And you like, are you fucking kidding me?
Hey, listen. Back in the day, bro, like I remember we used to play PS2 all the time because like I think only one person had an Xbox, right? So we used to be on PS2 like faithfully. So we used to go by fucking NCAA every year. So it was only like two people in the neighborhood that didn't like Ohio State. So So, bro, we'll be playing, bro, and people will be watching, like, you know what I'm saying, how everybody get together, go play the game and shit. This before, you know what I'm saying, multiplayer came out. But this before online gaming and multiplayer came out, where you could, you know what I'm saying, the way we got it now. So you used to have to go over people's houses. Yes, people. You used to have to go over people's, damn, I sound old as fuck right now. You used to have to go over people's houses and, you know what I'm saying, play the game. So we used to design our controllers. And we used to be playing. So everybody in the, you know, it's like mostly everybody in the room liked Ohio State. So we used to literally have to do the jersey changes. So you know how on the game you could change your jersey or whatever.
Yeah.
We used to literally have to make us. You had to have either the all white jersey or you used to have the red and gray jersey, right? And then they added this one thing on there where you could like switch colors on your jersey. So you can have like the old school throwbacks and all that. So
yeah,
bro, when I tell you we used to be confused playing that game, like people used to forget who was who, all that. We used to be throwing interceptions. All right, bro, that game, I'm telling you, NCAA was that joint, bro.
Man, I am. Excuse me. I was talking to the homeboy Mark yesterday. We was talking about that. He was just saying how he was excited that the new NCAA, well, that they got approved, to come out with a new game and all. So I'm like, dude, me and you both, man. But like what we was talking about was it's probably not even going to come out on, like, more than likely they might not bring it out on PlayStation 4. And he was just saying that how he's still trying to get a PlayStation 5, but he can't. Like, everybody's still out of stock. And so he was like, when he got, no, I think he said when PlayStation 4 first came out or something like that, he said he had bought like 4 or 5 of them. And he said that he used to just to sell them. Like, he would keep one, but sell like the other 4 or 5 of them. I'm like, dude, I said, of course you would do something like that. So, I mean, if they do come out with it, that means I'm going to have to get a new game system. I mean, I got a PlayStation 4, but like, man, no PlayStation 5s, man. I mean, kicking out $500 for a game system right now, it's not really what I'm trying to do. I'm a very extremely cheap person. I don't really like spending a lot of money on game systems and stuff like that, but you gotta do what you gotta do out here in these streets. So if they do come out with that PlayStation, not PlayStation, but if they do come out with the NCAA, which will probably be, I mean, I guess they've probably been in developments with it, so it could possibly come out next year. I forget when it was. I can't remember if it was August. No, I think it was before August. I think it was more like June or July, some shit like that. So if they come out with it next year or the year after that, I definitely gonna have to upgrade. Maybe even possibly jump on the Xbox One. I used to have an Xbox One. Me and you already talked about that before. So if I have to get another one, I have to get another one. But I would definitely be upgrading when it comes to the game systems, so I can have NCAA football. Because the one thing that sucks, and then we can move on, is the fact that it's just that when you looking at like the old graphics don't really bother me. It's just the fact that like everybody got like the new jerseys and shit like that, and it's just like you rocking with the old jerseys and shit.
They coming back out with it though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, so
and they bringing Fight Night back.
Man, look, I am ready for it. I am ready for it, man. Because me, like, I'll say this and we'll end it, but like me and Mark was talking about how with the whole settlements and all that stuff done, and like, so these players are going to be getting paid for their likeness being on the games, and I was like, they're probably not going to come out with like another Heisman edition, because then that means they're going to have to pay former players. Because like the game that I got is it's a 25-year anniversary one. It got Barry Sanders and Robert Griffin III on that joint. So it got all the Heisman Trophy winners on the game from 2012. So then that means that they would have to cut them a check and all that type of shit. They got the money, but But anyway, we went on a little rant there about gaming people. Sorry about that. But we definitely about to jump into the first segment of the day, man, for our Friday episode.
Man, listen, today is the day, man. This is I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so I told y'all, what I'm saying, like, I watched this when I was younger, of course, what I'm saying. It came out in 1999. The movie that we doing today is American Beauty, starring Kevin Spacey.
Whoa, slow down, man. Okay, I said the first segment of the day, man. We got what we got.
Oh, that's right. Man, listen, I'm still drunk, man. Forgive me. I'm sorry. I do this every fucking time, bro. Let's get into what we watching, man. What we watching? All right. Go ahead, man. What you got?
Okay, what I got? I had another movie. I actually started two different things. One of them caught my eye because it's the second season, and the thing that I'm going to mention today is the first thing I'm going to mention is Lock and Key. The second season.
With the second season, yep.
Yeah, second season came out on Netflix, man. I watched the first season last year, I believe it was. You know, if you into magic and into that type of shit like that, you know what I'm saying, you'll be into it. I think the second season is starting out dope. Like I done got all the way to like episode like 7 so far. So I've been on that shit heavy. It's pretty good. The everybody, but now it's starting to come out about Dodge, about you know how she made the whole switch last year, and they actually like kind of killed the wrong person. But there's a lot of different things going on in this season. It's a lot. It's a lot of drama. I would say that. So I'm not gonna get deep into it. But if y'all have never watched Lock and Key, if you're into that type of stuff, you will definitely enjoy it. And the other thing, I only started it because I've heard a few people talk about it, and it's like, all right, I give it a shot. They're on their third season, but obviously I got to start from the beginning. It's an HBO Max show, Succession. You're hearing a lot of people talk about it, and it's just like, you know, it got that rich people douchebag thing in the very beginning, and it's kind of like, you know what I mean? Like, it kind of like, well, first of all, I thought the one dude was Macaulay Culkin. I did not know that dude had like 4 brothers.
Yeah, so his brother's on there. That's what everybody be talking about.
Yeah, man, he's on there. And he is a douchebag. Like, like, dude, let me tell you what he did, and we can move on. So this motherfucker. So his dad, it's his dad's birthday, and like his dad is like the owner of this company, and like the oldest son is like the one that's running everything now. But his dad always give him pointers and shit like that. So, long story short, they went to play this baseball game. So they took these helicopters. They leave the house. They had like 4 helicopters out there waiting on them. So they take the helicopters to this place where they drawn out a baseball field. So one person couldn't play no more. So there was 3 Mexican people there, 2 adults and their child. Child was probably like 11, 12, 13 years old. And so that son, the Macaulay Culkin one, he goes up to the little boy and said, "Hey, can you come hit?" He looked at the parents, "Can you come hit?" They was like, "Yeah." So he was like, "Look, I'll make a deal with you." He said, "If you hit a home run," he went, he grabbed his checkbook. He said, "I will give you a check for $1 million." Right?
Yeah.
So this motherfucker, he comes up and he hit. I mean, first of all, that's a lot of pressure. So I'm not gonna bash the kid. There's a lot of pressure because his parents is over there looking at him like, "Yo, but if you don't knock this shit the fuck up out of here, like, you know." And so he hits it, and you know right out the rip, oh my god, you feeling bad already because it was a terrible hit. It was a terrible swing. I mean, the ball, barely made it into the outfield. So the kid is running the bases, gets thrown out at third. So the damn dude walks up to the boy with the check and basically said, "Better luck next time." Ripped the check in front of the kid and then gave him a piece of the ripped check and said, "Here's $250,000 right here." I was like, "Yo, use a fucking douchebag." so yeah, and that was in like the first, dude, that was like in the first 15 minutes of the movie.
Yeah,
I mean, not movie, I'm sorry, of the series, of the first season. That's like the first 15, 20 minutes.
Nah, bro, we had to fight, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, you had a check for $1 million, bro. Just think about that. You had a check for $1 million in your hand. Ain't no, you know what I'm saying? Like, ain't no like better luck next time. No, you walked up to me and ripped it up
in my face.
And then gonna hand me a piece of it, and then you made a joke too. Oh nah, bro, we gotta fight, bro.
Yeah. So that's why I'm at with Succession, man. I'm like, yo, man, this shit is crazy, but it's crazy as fuck. But that's what I've been watching, man. Second season of Lock and Key on Netflix. Succession on HBO Max.
That's what's up, man. So I also have multiple joints, man. So my first 2 are documentaries. You can watch them on I think I watched it on Netflix. They are the documentaries of I keep fucking forget. I don't know why I keep forgetting this shit. The documentaries of Woodstock. So they have two of them. You know what I'm saying? The first one was, of course, in 1969, and then they did another one that was 30 years later in 1999. And so it's two different documentaries. You know what I'm saying? You can watch them on Netflix. It's also on HBO Max too. I definitely seen it on. I seen one of them on HBO Max. But so when you watch the one, you know what I'm saying, in 1969, it's a huge difference between the one in 69. So 69, you know what I'm saying, everybody peaceful, everybody chill, you know what I'm saying? It's all, you know, cool or whatever. So it's made to look a certain way, you know what I'm saying? But in the one that they did for 1999, it actually shows you like a totally different side of not just 1999, but 1969 as well. So for me, the one about 1999 was crazy because like it was at some point that, you know what I'm saying, the water had got cut off because they was on an old Air Force base, but the water had got cut off for the festival. So you got all these people out here and you barely got enough water to, you know what I'm saying, like get around and everything else. So the water had got cut off, and then the cleaning truck for the porta potties had got backed up. So basically everybody was using the porta potties, and then they start leaking that, like the sewage from the porta potty started leaking out. And then not only that, the water was fucked up because a pipe had got busted, because since the water wasn't, you know what I'm saying, like basically coming out, they literally busted the pipe just so the water started flowing. So you got leaked sewage, then on top of that, you got a fucking busted pipe. Now, basically the whole camping ground where everybody was, you know what I'm saying, like putting up their tents and everything else is fucking soaked. It looked like swampland out there. And then not only that, it's like an area next to it where all the leaked out sewage from the porta potties and the water is still going over there. People are jumping in this shit, covering themselves in this shit, bro. Like, you know how like they have like mud volleyball and all that type of shit? I don't know if you know nothing about that, but
yeah, like, I mean, I do.
Oh, okay. No, I know you don't. I know. I'm not saying you go. I know you don't go. I'm just saying, like, but you heard like mud volleyball, right?
Yeah.
So basically, it's like that kind of. It looked like that kind of scene, but I don't think they realized that they was covering themselves in like shit. So these niggas, I'm talking about, bro. They was picking it up, throwing it at each other. Like this one dude was putting it in his mouth. Like it was crazy, bro. So as they was talking about it, they was also showing like flashbacks from 1969 where they was saying, like, you know what I'm saying, the original image of Woodstock made it seem like it was so peaceful and so great, you know what I'm saying, everybody was getting along. He was like, but the dude that was talking about it was like, but motherfuckers tend to forget, like, that shit was just as crazy as this one was. He was like, it was a gang that was going around that was literally burning down the food trucks, burning down the food stands and everything else, and was selling shit out of their fucking truck. So you ain't had no choice. If you was hungry, you ain't had no choice but to go to their truck. Like, so Woodstock was basically this crazy ass fucking town, bro. It was wild, man. And then my last one is a show on Apple TV. It's called The Shrink Next Door. It's starring Paul Rudd and Will Ferrell. I've been waiting on this to come out forever. It finally came out. It's a great show. I watched like 15 minutes of it. I didn't get a chance to watch the whole thing yet, but so far so good. It's actually based on real life events. It's supposed to be based on a real story. But when I tell you, bro, like Paul Rudd, Will Ferrell, Rob Riggle, like any of them dudes, when they do like a show or a movie, anything, I'm always there for it. Jonah Hill, all them, like they always do those like funny type movies. This one is a little like got some like a little bit of seriousness in it, but you know what I'm saying, they still do their thing. So yeah, man. So mine are the Woodstock documentaries from 69 and 99. You can find them on HBO Max or Netflix, and then Apple TV, The Shrink Next Door.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Only thing I would say is I'm gonna tell you how against this shit I am.
Okay.
So we had football practice one day, and like talking about it rained all fucking day. So my whole objective is not to hit the ground today. I was like, I don't feel like getting wet. None of this. All right, so practice over.
Right.
So, we get it all up, how you do the last little ending thing. So the coach is like, look, I'll make a deal with y'all. It was a huge ass water puddle on the side of the field. Coach said y'all can either run y'all sprints or everybody can take a dive into the water. My ass is like, you know how when you about to say something, but then everybody take off running? I'm about to say, yo, these sprint, everybody go. Everybody go diving through the water. I'm like, man, I spent all practice not getting wet, and now I got to take a damn slide in this damn water puddle. Man, I'm telling you, listen, when I took my slide, I've never did a baseball slide a day in my life. I figured that shit out. Yeah. And dude, when I tell you, I popped up off that ground. I don't even know how I did it. My hands didn't even touch the ground. Right. It's like I took a slide and I popped up. My whole right side was just goddamn soaking wet. I'm like, man, y'all some busters, man. Like, I was ready to run them sprints, but these motherfuckers want to dive through the water. But that's all I got though. Little old story. Bro, all right, man. You had a great but you had a great introduction going, man. Reduplicate that, man.
Okay, so I'm not gonna lie. Forgot everything I said, so I'm just gonna start over first. So, listen, man. So basically, today's movie is it came out in 1999, starring Kevin Spacey. What was it? Annette Bening? Was that her name?
Yeah,
Annette Bening. And this movie is okay. So now I remember what I said now. So watching it as a kid, right? You don't really understand. Like, I didn't really get the movie. Mm-hmm. So to me, like, this movie is like how Eyes Wide Shut was, or like A Clockwork Orange. You know what I'm saying? Like, one of them movies that it had a bigger meaning behind it, but you know what I'm saying? As a kid, you don't really get that shit. You just watching it just to be watching it. So now that I'm older, this movie hit on a totally different level. Okay. I felt everything my man Lester was going through, bro. I felt Lester on a spiritual level, my boy. Listen, Lester was sick of the bullshit, bro. Okay, but anyway, man, this movie is it's actually a lot better than I remembered it to be. Rewatching it, you know what I'm saying? I remember certain parts of the movie, but you know what I'm saying, going back through it and actually, you know what I'm saying, paying attention to it and really seeing certain, you know what I'm saying, dynamics. I mean, not dynamics, relationships throughout the movie. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I got the point of it this time, but it's actually a lot better than I remembered it to be.
Yeah, and I think that's because our mind are more developed now. Yeah, and I think that we got different personal experiences that we didn't have in '99. I mean, shit, exactly. I wasn't even in high school yet. I was in middle school when this movie came out. So, and even going into high school, you know, so like watching it then, like, you know, it's a little different. But now, you know, being divorced, you know, having 2 kids and all that type of shit, like, you start to know this shit a little different. And then also being older now. It's like, think about it. It's just like, now we don't look at, like, the way Lester was looking at Angela, we couldn't do that. You know what I'm saying? Because we was her age. You know what I'm saying? Younger really.
Than her. Yeah, so younger than her.
And it's like now, you know what I'm saying? We kind of like the older dudes, and you look at high school girls now, you're like, oh, now I see what Lester like it's just different. And then, but this is the thing though, like a lot of them motherfuckers, like my oldest is about to be in high school. Yeah. So it's like, damn, what I mean, it's just, you have a different mindset. And it's like, I'm sitting here trying to think like how to even do a synopsis about this movie. It's not even really.
Oh, I got you.
Because, you got it? Okay.
Yes, listen, I got you. Before I get there, that's the only part I couldn't connect with Lester on, was the fact that my nigga was swooning, bro, over a fucking, this nigga was swooning over a fucking high school senior, bro. Never. Yeah. Never.
That was his daughter's friend.
That's irrelevant. She has nothing to offer. Nothing to offer. She ain't had no job. She ain't had nothing, bro.
She had a car?
Fuck that car, nigga. Bro, she didn't have nothing, bro. She didn't bring nothing to the table.
I mean, she brought something to the table, but
nah, she didn't, bro.
Okay.
It was her first time. Fuck out of here, bro. Hey, let me tell you something. Yo, she was lying through the whole movie. You talking about the cap of the century? That she said, yeah, he just put his pants down and basically like yanked it out. she said, ooh, gross. She said, what do you mean, ooh, gross? She said, I liked it. I mean, basically, I just let him do it. She was like, wait, so she was like, you let him do it? She was like, yeah, he's a what she say? He was like, he's the regular photographer for L. She was like, so basically, that's the only way to get in. She was like, yeah, you're basically a prostitute. She was like, you don't get it. You're just some privileged little suburban chick. She was like
so are you?
And then she said, so are you. You've been 17 once and you look fat. And she walked off. She said, cut. Hey, bro. You talk about comedy, bro. This movie is oh my goodness, bro. This movie was so great, man. So basically, excuse me, if you haven't seen American Beauty, or if you don't remember American Beauty, it's basically a movie about Lester Burnham. Yeah, Lester Burnham, who basically is having to simply put it, that man was having a midlife crisis.
Oh yeah.
That's the best, and that's the best way to go do it. And it basically takes you through his time in basically going through this midlife crisis and his realization of who basically he wanted to be at that time, which was actually I ain't gonna lie, it was pretty dope, bro. Shout out to Lester, bro, because this might be one of the dopest movie characters of all time.
I can see where you're coming from. I can see where you're coming from. I mean, obviously there's flaws in everything, so there's some flaws in the character, but like, but the thing is, it's like
he was kind of bone the high school senior.
That and then also like the shit that and a lot of it's true. I wouldn't say all men are like this, but a lot of the times it's when you start a kinship with the female, like a lot of the times. I mean, for me anyway, like I'm cool on a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like even if it's some shit I don't really want to do, it's like, all right, man, I'll do it for, because if I don't, you know what I mean? You're gonna hear this shit forever. It's never gonna be died down. So it's kind of like Lester was the guy that was just went along with everything. Everything that she wanted, Lester went along with it, and he kept his mouth shut. But what ended up happening to Lester is the two key things that changed Lester and changed his life forever is going to that damn basketball game, which these motherfuckers didn't show up to halftime, so their daughter had the halftime show.
Oh, yo, and I'm still curious as to how the hell they won an award. That motherfucker said the award-winning spinettes or whatever the fuck they called them. That shit was trash. That was the worst choreography I've ever seen in my life, bro.
No, what kills me is Jane. Facial expression the whole time. She didn't crack one smile.
Not one, bro. Didn't face the whole time, bro.
Hey, that was the funniest thing about it. Was she
supposed to be like gothic or something like that?
I think before, well, I mean, they was dressing like that back then, but like, I think she was half goth. Like she didn't go as far as like wearing
like the eyeliner and the lipstick.
Yeah, like she didn't go as far as wearing like the fishnets and all the black shit, but like she was pretty goth though. And then then Lester is exposed to the biggest liar in history, the Cap Queen, Angela.
Oh man, yes.
So he sees Angela and instantly this dude is in love, man. Like he's like
swooning, bro.
Like this dude, I'm pretty sure he got ejaculated watching that damn dance.
Facts.
Because he started fantasizing about this girl immediately. I don't think I've ever fantasized about a girl that quick. Like I think I gotta have a conversation with her.
I'm mad that he was fantasizing about her with that trash ass dance moves though. Like bro, nothing about that shit was like fantasizable.
True. Even the outfits wasn't even really. You know what I'm saying?
God.
They had those sweaters, man. Like
that shit looked like 1950s.
No,
1950s high school couture, bro.
No, this is what kills me. So they got the S on their patch, but the basketball team ain't got nothing but numbers on their jerseys. No names, no nothing. Hey, at least I had some dudes that could dunk out there. So
when they was showing the basketball game, them niggas only scored 1 point. They only scored once, bro. The niggas only scored once. That shit cut to the scene. Dude from the other team was dunking on them niggas, bro. That shit was horrible. Hey, they team was trash, bro.
Oh, man. Hey, it wasn't about them, man.
Oh, man.
So then they was. So then he asked like a complete idiot out in the parking lot. You know what I'm saying? When he was saying, any friends of James is a friend of mine.
No, you forgot the best part. You forgot the best part, bro. You forgot the best part. When they got there, right before the dance started, when they got there, these motherfuckers was going up the bleachers and they was going to take their seat. That nigga fell.
Hey, no, that was Lester though. That was Lester because so then when they was leaving to take Jane to school and she was dropping Lester off at work and she was like, she said, Lester, could you make me any more late? This motherfucker raised his arms up and his briefcase busted up.
He said he was narrating this shit. Hey, that nigga said, my wife and my daughter basically think I'm a loser. Hey, bro, I'm here crying, bro. This movie, bro. Hey, bro, this movie was hilarious. Do you hear me, man? This shit shouldn't have been that funny, bro. I don't know what my man Lester was going through in real life, bro. Let me tell you something. That nigga had he had enough of that shit, bro.
But think about it though. This is what his wife said to his daughter. She said, honey, I was watching you the whole time and you didn't mess up not once. What the fuck?
Come on, was man. Watching her the whole time. However, she definitely messed up when she went to go pick up her hat. She was off. She was off, bro.
Oh,
that shit was hilarious.
Okay. Let me get back on track.
All right.
So what I was saying was, so this is when Lester's life changed. When he saw Angela for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
And then what really fucked it up was when Angela came over to the house and she was really just fucking around. Yeah. When she was talking to Jane saying, if your dad beefed up and got some muscles, I'd definitely fuck him. So now Lester is like, oh shit, like she'll fuck me. But this is when the tide changed. When he ran into Ricky and he started back smoking weed, oh, it was over.
Bro, he was taking life advice from that nigga, bro.
Hey, life advice talking about how he haven't smoked since the 70s.
He said 1973.
Yo, listen to
this nigga. This nigga paid $2,000, bro.
For some weed. Joints. For some joints, basically. This is the crazy part. He had a Ziploc bag, my guy, full to the brim. They said this is 300. They gave this nigga. That shit was 1/4 that size for $2,000. Hey, the best part is he was in there lifting them little ass weights. And she heard the music. She heard the music, right? So she opened the garage door. She said, "You smoking pot now?" She said, "Way to be an example for your daughter." He said, what did he say? He said something, you money, what did he say? You money hungry, something grubbing freak. Bro, he had enough of it, bro. When I tell you this man was going through, he was really going through a midlife crisis, bro. But the funny part of it is though, is when he was narrating it in the beginning, like you really didn't listen, you didn't understand how bad he had it until you watched this whole movie and you really see like, oh yeah, this nigga life sucks. This nigga he went to the table when they was eating dinner, bro. He said, how was your day today? So she said, what's her name? Jane was saying whatever. So then he started telling them about his day. And that nigga said, you know what? You just don't care. He said, you can care less, huh?
Yeah, he just gave up. nigga gave up mid-sentence, bro. He was just like,
no, when
he said, you can't just act like everything's cool. That shit was crazy, bro.
That shit was crazy, but when the narrating in the beginning, like,
yeah,
this motherfucker was jacking off in the shower. He said, "Look at me." He said, "Jacking off in the shower." He said, "This would be the high point of my day. After this, it's all downhill from here."
Hey, bro, I felt so sorry for him though. But to me, bro, it was just like, go ahead.
When he got fired though. Well, when they asked him to write, when they asked him to write a tutorial, whatever, about his job, and this motherfucker told him, hey, this dude said, man, I've been here writing at this magazine for 14 years. He's like, you've been here for 2 months, and you telling me I gotta write something about keeping my job? Nah.
No, but then when he exposed old dude, he said, he said he basically left her with the credit card and she was staying at the Regency for like 3 months. He said that's like, what did he say? That was like 30 grand. Yeah, it was like 50 grand. He was like basically going around something, and he had to pay people to fuck him. And he was like, dude just looked at him like, well, nobody's getting fired yet. He was like, I just called you in here to say that you had to write something about your job. He looked up like, oh, he was like, yeah, I was like, God dang, bro.
But still, like, somebody's basically getting fired because somebody went with a prostitute and they ran up the company's credit card over 50 grand, and now somebody got to lose their job because, but you don't fire this motherfucker.
Right.
You telling the rest of the team that we got to write this paper saying why we contribute something to the company.
Yeah.
Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, that was the last thing Lester needed at that point. And it's like, and then like
I think that was the best thing to happen to Lester.
It was because of how he finessed it. The way he finessed that shit.
Not even the finesse was amazing, but not even that. I think that's what kind of sent him over the edge, like. Because at that point, you could just tell, like, he was basically just, you know what I'm saying, like, taking it day by day. He was just going through the motions at that point. But I think in that moment, when he had that, like, that outburst, I think that's what opened up his, you know what I'm saying, like, that new lane. Like, you know what, bro, I'm sitting here. Like you said, he been here for 14 years, and you mean to tell me because one of the higher-ups messed up that I could possibly lose my job, and I didn't have nothing to do with this shit. So... Yep. You know what I'm saying? Like, his view on everything, I think, started changing from that point on. And then, like you said, also when he, you know what I'm saying, when he seen Angela, that's, you know what I'm saying, another thing that contributed to it. But I think at that point, when he had that first meeting with Brad, I think that's what made it like, oh, yeah, I'm about to make some changes in this motherfucker.
Yeah, because, like, so he had a meeting with Brad, and then I'm thinking the next day, his wife have this, like, all the real estate people get together for this, like, this dinner or celebration or whatever. And this is what tripped me out about it, is the fact of she told him basically to be fake. Like, I need you to appear to be happy.
She said, act happy. He said, I am happy. He said, I am happy, honey. She said, no, you're not. Oh, there goes Paul. I said, God damn, bro.
Yeah, and then Buddy, the way she was just acting in front of Buddy, like the real estate king. And then it was so funny because Lester was like, he knew it. Like, he felt it. You know what I'm saying? Because the thing is, she would talk shit about him when she would pass his signs and shit.
Yeah, she was trying to act like she hated that motherfucker.
Yeah, but then when she got in front of him, she, you know what I'm saying, she perked up, and this motherfucker slobbed her down right in front of Buddy, but real quick. And so then that's when he runs into Ricky. They go outside, and
no, you forgot that nigga's at the bar. Dude, that little ass shot.
He said, no.
Add a little here, cowboy.
Yeah.
He gave that little ass shot, bro. He wasn't gonna do nothing with that. You can't even swallow that shit, man.
Hey, but that was funny. And so, and this is another turning point. Not only was he smoking weed, but the one of the bosses came out that was Ricky's boss. Mm-hmm. And he was like, I'm not paying you to be doing whatever you're doing up here. Yeah. He was like, well, don't pay me. He's like, what? He's like, I quit. So now you don't have to pay me. And then he was like, now leave me alone. That motherfucker said, asshole. And he went back in because he didn't have no other response. Because motherfuckers People don't react to losing their job that way.
Exactly.
So now Lester's like, you're my hero. You know what I'm saying? Lester's like,
he started taking, this nigga was taking life advice, bro, from an 18-year-old, bro.
Yeah, because he was like, I got other sources of income. I'll use this as a cover. My dad, you know what I'm saying? Think that
shout out to Ricky Fitz too, bro. Ricky Fitz was the coldest nigga in the game.
Man, Ricky Fitz was he was cold, but I mean we gotta address this, man. Ricky's weird as fuck. Like, first of all, don't just be filming me, my guy. Like, I mean, even if this is a girl, like I don't want to walk into my driveway and you just fucking filming me, yo. Like, okay, what the fuck?
Now see, that's the thing that I was laughing about, bro. But he filmed everything though. It wasn't like, film everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't like he was just specifically filming them, but no, like this nigga was filming a bag twirling in the wind.
Dude, he was filming a dead bird. Facts. He said it's beautiful.
That's what I'm saying. No, well, you know, toward the end, you know what I'm saying, we ain't got there yet, but toward the end, after what happened, did you see his face when he went over and was looking?
Hold on, which part?
At the end.
Oh yeah.
You see the glee on that nigga face?
Yeah, and he turned his head. Like, what the fuck? We'll get there. But like, Ricky really changed Lester's life, man. And then that made Lester go in to see the boss dude again, and he's reading what Lester wrote down. And so I can't even remember everything that he said, but he was saying that, oh yeah, he did say one thing of like, and I do like taking a little break to go, you know what I'm saying, whack one off real quick in the bathroom.
Yeah, as I'm thinking about this hell, what you say? As I'm thinking about working in this hell or something like that. Hey, that shit was crazy, bro.
And so he was like, well, you really love your job. And so then he was just like, so he said, I want a year worth of salary and with benefits. He was like, what makes you think I'm going to give you that? And so, like you said earlier, he finessed the whole situation about how he could sell the whole company out and fuck everybody up. So Lester basically quit his job.
Oh, no. He added sexual harassment on top of that.
Yeah, because he said that something about that.
He said, what makes you think people won't believe that you tried to make me keep my job? And what he said? He said, what makes you think people won't believe that you tried to let me keep my job if you offered to blow me? He looked at that nigga like, what? He said, man, you are fucked up. I'm like, yo, that's crazy, bro.
And so, dude, this motherfucker, he leaves there happy as fuck, singing American Woman. And so he pulls up to the drive-thru, you know what I'm saying, got to go to his victory dinner. And so he seated there taking applications at this fast food restaurant.
Burger joint, boy.
A burger joint. This motherfucker goes in. He said he wanted an application. And old girl said, well, we don't have any management positions. He was like, look, I want the least amount of responsibility as possible. Facts. So he goes in and he's talking to the dude. And he said, I don't think he's gonna belong here. He said, I got restaurant experience. He said, yeah, 30 years ago. And then he was like, I know. He said, I know there's been some advancements, but he said, I'm pretty sure y'all got some kind of training program. So that joke was just so funny. And then, like he said, and so he told his wife, he said, so Janie came home late. And so she hot. She said, you just up and just lose your job? He said, no, I didn't just up and lose my job. And ain't like, oh, where did my job go? He was like, I quit.
Hey,
he said, pass me the asparagus. When nobody passed on the asparagus, my God. That's all that dude passed the asparagus, man.
Hey, bro, he was pissed about that shit, bro.
Hey, but he was mad as hell, but he threw that asparagus against the goddamn wall.
He was sick of that shit. That's all he wanted, bro, was just the simple things in life. Let me tell you something. The funny part, bro. So we got to get to his wife, too, though. We definitely got to talk about his wife. Carolyn, bro. She was, like, at first it seemed like she was, like, just the epitome of, like, the suburban housewife, right? Like, she was outside trimming and, you know what I'm saying, tending to her little roses and everything. She was a real estate agent, you know what I'm saying? She was getting busy cleaning the houses and trying to sell them off and everything. But in reality, like you realize that she's really living a facade.
Yeah.
Like all of this is for show. And then one of the most important things was that, and it kept like being like this reoccurring thing for her. So when she was basically you know what I'm saying, when she had met Buddy or whatever, when they were going to meet Buddy, she was telling Lester, like, yo, I have to put on the image of success. So that's what she said in the beginning, like in that when they was at that party or whatever. So that's the first time I heard it. The second time I heard it, it was Buddy. Buddy said it. He was like, you know what I'm saying? If you want to be successful, you have to look successful. Basically something he said. But then he told her that again, you know what I'm saying, later on down the line. And then she also had repeated that later on down the line. So that was just like her whole thing. Like everything had to be basically, you know what I'm saying, like success in the, you know what I'm saying, in the veil, like everything I wanted you to see, you know, that I'm doing great. Everything's fine. My kid is good. My husband's good. We have a great job, a great house. And in our reality, though, like she was really torn up on the inside. So she really was going through some shit, man. Like, and I think in a way, like she was also going through that like midlife crisis thing too. You know what I'm saying? Because she just felt like she wasn't getting nowhere. She felt like she was basically at a dead end with her job. Like she was trying to sell that house, bro. She couldn't sell that house for shit. And then she was lying. Like she told the one couple, it was a lagoon-like pool. That lady said, this is basically a cement hole. I was like, yo, why she do her like that, bro? And then like she was doing this weird thing where like she started crying and she started talking to herself. She was like, stop it. She was like, don't cry. She started slapping herself. I'm like, yo, bro, she really has a real issue, bro.
She does, man. And I think the biggest thing is, and the biggest takeaway from her is being someone else and not being yourself. Right. Like she's basically faking it before she make it.
Yeah.
I mean, she was doing well, but I think that her problem is she wanted to be number one. Mm-hmm. And so if she couldn't be number one, she wanted to pretend that she was number one. Exactly. And like, so then she started caring more about, you know, things that don't matter. You know, like one of the biggest scenes for me in this movie that I think that some people might not really take away from it, but what really got me was when Lester, you know what I'm saying, started putting a move on her while she was on that couch. You know what I'm saying? This is after she started feeling a little better because that's when, you know what I'm saying, Buddy, you know what I'm saying, broke the walls down. Yeah. So now, you know what I'm saying, she's feeling good about herself. So
this nigga said broke the wall down. Hey, that's hilarious, bro. I'm calling it that from now on, bro.
Hey,
hey man, you know that girl? Yeah, I broke the wall down. You know what I'm saying? That's hilarious, bro.
So Lester is like talking to her, and he's like, "Yo, what happened to you?" And she was like, "What you mean?" He was like, "You like joyless." And this is one thing that's fucked up. Mm-hmm. And this is why. Now I would never do this, but this is why women, they know what to say to make you want to kill them. Mm-hmm. Because what she said when he said that you're joyless, and she was like, "There's a lot of things that you don't know about me, Mr. Smarty Man." It's like, yo, that's some bullshit. Because you know you just cheated on him. You know what I'm saying? But you're giving the assumption that you did without saying it. You know what I mean? And that's that fucked up shit that, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say all, but that some women do. Because she knows she wrong for cheating on that man. Because Lester didn't do anything, like, as far as like they had an argument. And he was like, she said, "I would divorce you so fast your head would spin." He was like, "On what grounds?" He was like, "Because I do everything I'm supposed to do when it's marriage. You got to have some kind of reason to divorce me." So to get back to that scene, so Lester is like, "Yo, what happened to you?" He was like, "You used to be the girl that would fake a seizure at a place to basically, you know what I'm saying, to fuck with people." Like, he was just talking about all the wild shit that she used to do when they first got together. He was like, "What happened to that person?" And so he's, you know what I'm saying, kissing on the neck, and you thinking like, damn, like Lester finally about to smash his wife.
Right.
And then he had a beer in his hand. And so she turned her head and it's like, "You're going to spill beer on the couch." It's like, the fuck? And she's like, "This is a Italian silk something You know what I'm saying? Couch. He was like, he slammed, and then this is the perfect thing to happen. He started throwing the pillow on the couch and said, "It's just it's just the odd couch," and he threw the pillow down, and it popped up and it fell on the other couch. I thought it was funny, but but the thing is, it's an intimate moment going on between you and your husband.
Yeah,
and you stop the whole shit to say he about to spill beer on the couch. It's like that shows you like where her priorities is, but also at the same time, Lester was feeling good because Lester got the car that he always wanted, a 1970 Firebird. You know what I'm saying? Because she pulled up in the driveway, all happy and shit. You know what I'm saying nobody's gonna rain on my parade and shit. And then she pull up and there's a goddamn Firebird sitting out there, and then she's like trying to get on, and that's what I'm saying. He told you, yo, I got a salary for a year. You know what I'm saying? I still got a job. Yeah, it's a fast food job, but I got a job. So I got two sources of income coming into me.
Basically, yeah.
I traded my car in to get another car. What fucking difference does it make?
No. This is not only that though. Not only do we have two sources of income, he still got benefits, bro.
Yeah,
like we still got insurance, dinner, we got all that.
Yeah, and it's like
if anything, you should be praising me by now. Like this is the move of the century.
And I'm working on getting my body back together.
Come on,
I mean, not for you, but
yeah, but that ain't the point. Listen, my man was in a happy place, bro. My nigga was smoking pot again, bro. My nigga was working out. I'm talking about he jogging in the neighborhood. Like he more, you know what I'm saying, personable now. He talking to people. He opening up. Like this is what you wanted, right? You wanted that image of success. I'm trying to give it to you.
Exactly. But now we got to listen, man. We got to talk about Colonel Fitz. Listen, first of all, why are you still calling yourself a goddamn colonel? And you done been out in the military for about 20 years, my guy.
Okay, no,
that's the one thing that tripped me out about him.
No. Let me tell you something about this dude, right? I know this dude in real life.
Okay? Oh, man.
My uncle is the exact same way, bro. When I tell you, like, everything about this man is military, from the way he talked, the way he walked. I'm talking about his getting up, going to sleep, all that. Like, I get it. I like Colonel Fitz. I knew exactly who that dude is. I know exactly who that dude is. Like when I tell you from head to toe, every fiber in his being is military. That's my uncle in real life.
Hey, that's crazy. Well, I hope your uncle ain't exactly like Colonel Fitz.
Oh, no, not like that. Colonel Fitz was bullshit too, though.
Well, first of all, he was a homophobic asshole, but then you figured out why he was so homophobic. But then just the fact of like, I mean, I'm gonna throw his wife in there too. There ain't too much to say about it, but like, I don't really know what it was. I don't know. She had some kind of disability. I don't really know what we would call that.
Definitely had a mental issue for real.
Yeah, she had.
Not a mental issue, some mental health problems.
Yeah, she definitely had mental health problems. Like you know what I'm saying, it was one situation. Ricky came in. Nobody said nothing. And then his whole demeanor changed when Ricky came home. Like he was sitting there having fun watching this military movie. Then Ricky come in, he straightened up and everything just go crazy. So they're just sitting there.
I'm glad you brought that up because to me, I think he was trying to put on, like, once again, he was putting on a facade for Ricky. Because like you said, we found out why he was so homophobic. But to me, it seemed as if like he was trying to basically show Ricky of a way to be or the way he wanted to be. So I think he looked at it like, if I can't be this way, I at least want my son to be this way because I don't want my son to be like me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because like it's like he had so much joy. And then when Ricky come in, his joy went away. It's like he wanted Ricky to be like the serious, straightforward guy. And I think that he was trying to push Ricky towards the military. But I don't think Ricky ever showed that he ever wanted to go into the military.
Definitely not.
So he would, put on this facade and like he would, treat him like he was in a military type of shit. And like the neighbors, and this is another one, man. Halloween Halloween Kills took a new approach. You know what I'm saying? They just called Little John and Big John. Remember the neighbors with Jim and Jim.
Jim and Jim.
Yeah.
JB. Everybody call me JB.
So they come over and give them like a gift basket to welcome them to the neighborhood. And so, he was like, I don't know why these F words so out in front with it and all this type of shit. And then I think even Ricky, I don't think Ricky had a problem.
Ricky didn't give 2 fucks about what his dad was talking about, bro.
But he wanted to give his dad the appearance that he did. Because remember what he said on the way to school. He was like, they make me want to,
kick my fucking guts out.
Yeah, so I think he was just doing that to put on the front. Really, this whole movie is a lot of fakers at the end of the day.
Facts.
Like, everybody is pretty much faking this movie.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the only person that really wasn't fake was Jane, but she wanted to be fake.
Nah, she was faking it too.
What was she faking? She wasn't faking that she wanted a boob job. Which I don't know why.
I mean, but in a sense, yeah, that's basically the same fucking thing. Like, she wasn't happy about who the fuck she was. Like, she wanted to, and she, you know what I'm saying, her having a boob job is basically enhancing herself to basically feel good about who the fuck she was, when in all actuality, you know what I'm saying, like, none of them motherfuckers was really going through any real issues. Like, to me, this movie is like, it reeks of fucking privilege. Because, like, the fact that, you know what I'm saying, they living in this amazing house and in this amazing neighborhood, and you know what I'm saying, like, the mom is a fucking real estate agent, the fucking dad working at a fucking a magazine, you know what I'm saying, company for 14 fucking years. You know what I'm saying? She going to a school, like, even when, you know what I'm saying, she was talking to Carolyn when they was in the room, and she said something, and then Carolyn slapped her and was like, "You spoiled little brat. Like, when I was fucking your age, I was in a duplex. We didn't even have our own house." You know what I'm saying? Like, just the fact that, you know what I'm saying, they all had this, you know, like, they was living amazing lives. It wasn't like they was really going through some real shit. Like, these motherfuckers was at school smoking cigarettes in the courtyard. Like, that's what, you know what I'm saying? Like, just, that's the type of life that they were living. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, for them to really be going through that shit, it just really goes to show you, like, yo, if you really not happy with yourself, like, it don't matter what the fuck you have. It don't matter how much money you have, how what type of house you have, what kind of car you drive. Like, all that shit is irrelevant, because in the bigger scheme of things, like, you're not happy. Like, all that shit is just basically masking the fact that you are fucking miserable.
Yeah, and that's what this whole movie was all about. Mm-hmm. And so, like, so now we'll get to the biggest turning point in the movie. Like, the dad always had suspicions. He would think that Ricky was a very secretive person, and he thought that Ricky was gay. Yeah, and because the reason he thought Ricky was gay was because when Jim and Jim was running, and Lester was running with them one day, he was like, "What is this, a gay pride parade?" You know, and so he came to talk to Ricky, and he made an excuse of something about a videotape or something. Right. So they went in, and that's when he made the sale. If you don't know, Ricky's a drug dealer. So anyway, so he's like, why is Ricky going in the house with the dude that's running with 2 gay dudes? Which was kind of stupid, because it's like, just because I'm in the neighborhood running with my neighbors and they both just happen to be gay means that I'm gay too, just because I'm running with them. Like, to make that whole assumption is crazy. So then, anyway, he gets a page, couple of, about an hour within the movie, and he's like, Jane left her chemistry book. I got to run it over there. So Colonel Fitz thought there was something wrong with that. So he's like, let me investigate. He's looking, and Lester's in there working out. Ricky comes in, and so Ricky is rolling a blunt. Lester is sitting in the chair right beside of him, but looking from the view,
it looked like it was some wild shit going on.
It looked like Ricky was giving him some head fellatio, or whatever you want to call it. Oh, I gotta mention this one part. Hey, when Lester was in the bed, daydreaming about not daydreaming, but dreaming about motherfucking Angela, dude. Mm-hmm. And this motherfucker's jacking off, and Carolyn called him. She was like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Nothing." She was like, "No." She said, "Are you masturbating?" He was like, "Yeah, I'm masturbating." He said, "Yeah, I'm choking a monster." He was like, he said, "I'm shaving the carrot." He said, "Say hello to my monster." He was like, "Hey, that shit was so fucking funny, shaving the carrot, my guy." Hey, I'm telling you, man, I gotta use that. I gotta find a way to put that in my vocabulary, dude. Bro, shaving the carrot, that shit was hilarious. So anyway, to go back to the scene, so it looks like Ricky's giving him head, but he's really rolling the blunt. Mm-hmm. So then, what's her name? Angela and
Jane
is on the way home, and they just had an argument because she's like, "Yo, don't fuck my dad," type of shit. So they pull up, and then Ricky and Lester take off running. So Colonel like, "Yo, there's some weird shit going on here." So they go in. So Ricky goes home. Well, actually, I don't know where Ricky go, but anyway. So Angela come in like, Miss Vernon, look like you've been working out. You know what I'm saying? So she grabbed his arm and shit. And he was like, "You like that muscles?" And then that's when she was like, "Oh shit, she done got too real. Let me go see what Jane doing." And that's what that should have told you right then and there. Like, why did her whole demeanor change? Because she talked about how much she loved the attention, but then when he actually showed her attention, she ran all scared.
Right.
And so then Colonel. He comes over in the rain, soaking wet.
Goodness.
Lester like, "Yo, what the fuck?" So Lester opened up the garage, and he's like, "Yo, like what's wrong?" And so he's just like, "Let me get you out these wet clothes or whatever." And then he said something about his wife. He's like, "Your wife is not here." He was like, "Nah."
He said, "Is your wife home?" And then he was like, "Nah." He said, "She probably out banging the prince of real estate or something." He was like, "And guess what? I don't care." He was like, he said, "Your wife is out with another man." He said, "Hey, you don't care?" He was like, "No."
And so
he was sick of her shit.
Yeah, he was sick of the shit. And I think that the way that he took it was, because he said that this is just a front. Right. Like, this marriage ain't really a marriage.
Exactly.
And I think that he looked at it like, I'm living the front.
No, my wife is like, oh, he really is gay.
Yeah, that. Yeah. But he also thinking about himself too. Like, well, my wife is a front. Like, our marriage ain't really a marriage.
Right.
And so he gives him a hug, and Lester don't think there's nothing weird about it. And then all of a sudden, this motherfucker tried to slide him down real quick.
Facts.
He was like, "Yo, you got the wrong impression." Like, you know what I mean? And so I think that the embarrassment of that neglect of him being like turned down, and now Lester actually knows that he's gay, and then that opens up that scene there tells you the whole time, like, oh shit, Colonel was a fraud the whole goddamn time.
I think it was more so not even just like embarrassment, but I mean, of course it's embarrassment, you know what I'm saying? But it's also confusing. Like, you could tell like this is something he'd been struggling with his whole life at this point.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I think this was the thing that kind of, you know what I'm saying, exposed, like you said, it basically exposed who he really was. But it was that confusion of, him having to raise a son, him, you know what I'm saying, trying to live the American life, you know what I'm saying, being such an outstanding American. But on top of that, him being so homophobic to the fact of, like, you know what I'm saying, he think that because you run with two gay dudes that you gay too. You know what I'm saying? Like, not just thinking like you could just be running with two gay dudes because they two cool dudes. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, matter of fact, y'all neighbors at that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, even when he had excuse me. Even when they had brought over the basket to him, they was like, you know what I'm saying, there's some stuff from our garden, but you know what I'm saying, not the pasta, we got it from whatever. He was like, this, I'm Jim and this is my partner Jim. And he was like, well, what you guys selling? They was like, no. Like, we're not selling anything. He was like, yeah, well, you said your partners. He was like, so what's your job? So then, you know what I'm saying, like, they made the joke, like, well, I'm a something and he's an anesthesiologist. He just stood there and looked at him. It was like, bro, you know what the fuck they meant, man.
Yeah.
Like, so it was just, I think it was just that confusion. And then I think with them two specifically, it was that jealousy. Like, the fact that they can be so open and really be who they are. Because truthfully, throughout the whole movie, them was, to me, the only two that, them two, not even Ricky. Like, them two was really the only two that was just, like, cool with everything that was fucking going on.
Yeah.
Like, they really just had their shit together. They was who they were, and they was living their fucking life.
They were the happiest people in the whole movie.
Exactly.
They were the happiest ones. So then Ricky finally comes home. Dad come in and start beating the shit out of him and like saying that that he's gay and all this type of shit. And then Ricky's like, "Oh, okay, so that's what we're doing." He's like, "Man, I'm the best piece of ass in 3 states." So Ricky's got that line to him, and so Ricky's like, "Yo, I'm done with the shit. Like, I can't continue to live like this, you know." So So he leaves the house. He goes over and tells Jane like, "Yo," like, and Jane and Angela's in there arguing still about her fucking her dad or whatever, or maybe that she would. Right. And so then he comes in and is like, "Yo, if I had to go to New York tonight, would you go with me?" And she's like, "Yes." And she was like, "Well, we could take my $3,000 for my boob job." And that's another thing. You 18 with $3,000. I would love to have $3,000 at 18. Now his money is different. This motherfucker got $40,000, my guy. Facts. You know what I'm saying? As an 18-year-old. Now he's selling drugs.
Listen, he could have went to New York and lived comfortably.
Yeah, in 99, yeah, he's good. And then he said he knew people that could set them up.
Yep.
So she's like, "You can't go to New York. You're a kid." She was like, so then this whole thing about being ordinary. And like, so anyway, she was like, "Why do you even care?" She was like, "Because I'm your friend." And he was like, "You're not her friend. She's just somebody that you want to feel better about yourself." Because when you think about it, all she ever did was brag about herself when she was with Jane. So like, she was faking it. Not only
and Jane was
that she was having sex
too. So
who was?
Jane was.
Well, yeah. And I think that Angela friendship with her was like he said, just someone that you can feel better about yourself.
Exactly.
And I think that her being in 17 at one time, I think that she was trying to get back to that point again. And she needed justification for herself to feel better. And she used Jane to do that. Right. And when he told her that she was ordinary, oh man, she was done. She was donezo. So she walked out the room. She's crying on the goddamn steps and shit. And so
that's what she made her mind up. She said, "I'm gonna fuck her dad."
Well, and then at the same time, there's a lot of shit going on at this time. Fact. Because something that we skipped over. So when Lester said that my wife is with another man to Colonel, he just saw it because he was at work earlier that day.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? He heard her voice in the drive-thru. So they come pulling around, and Lester like,
no, this nigga buddy was getting groovy with her, bro. He was kissing all on her neck and everything. Like, he was putting the moves on her.
But in the drive-thru. So Lester's like, "Welcome to Smiley's," or whatever. I think it was Smiley's. He was like, "Welcome to Smiley's." Mr. Smiley's. He was like, "Do you want any sauce to go with your fries?" And she's like, "Oh shit, Lester." And then and so then like she tried to tell him to shut up or something. And then the lady said like, "You're wrong," or something like that.
She said, "Busted."
He was like, she was like, "Busted." She was like, "Be quiet." He's like, "Look, you're on her jurisdiction." She's the manager. And so then she said something. He was like, "Look, you don't get to tell me what to do like anymore." Like
ever again, you hear me?
Ever again. So basically he got justification that his wife was cheating on him. And so Lester is like so free at this point. And so Carolyn is in her car listening to this tape talking about how she is not going to be a victim. And she's holding this gun and keep talking about how she ain't going to be the victim because her and Buddy just like, "Yo, we got to chill out for a while." So now what I don't understand. Okay, so I got a question that I want to ask you, but we'll get there. So like I said, this scene, it's a lot going on within like a 15-minute span. Right. So Carolyn's in her car acting crazy, listening to this damn tape by not being the victim. So then after the whole kissing scene, Lester is getting the beer. Then Angela comes down. And so then he put the moves on Angela. And then so he's about to finally smash Angela. He finally got to see what he's been wanting to see the whole damn movie. Like, they teased her showing her breast through the whole movie. So they finally do it. And so then Lester's like, "Dude, I know people got this thing with Kevin Spacey right now, but yo, this motherfucking act, the facial expressions that he had, you know what I'm saying? Not just in that moment, but throughout the movie. But I'm just talking about this moment specifically. But like, when he was looking, he literally looked like this is the best thing I've ever seen in my whole entire life. Like, he had that look on his face.
And they was average boobs. I'm just being honest. They was average, bro.
so Lester is like, so then Lester's going in for the kill, and she says, "It's my first time," and Lester's like, "Are you fucking kidding me? All this shit I've been hearing about what you've been doing, like." And I think that was that one adult moment for Lester to be like, I shouldn't be the one to take your virginity. Like, like you need to smash one of these dudes your age before I do this. So he don't do it. After he buttered her up and told her that she wasn't ordinary and all this shit. So now he talked her down. So they had a conversation. They're good. And so then this is my question to you. Carolyn had the gun. What, like, was her intentions was to shoot Lester, or was the whole teasing of the gun was just to get us to think that she was the one who shot him for the first like 30 seconds? Because I don't get why she was holding the gun. Like, because I don't think that she was gonna kill Lester. Or do you think that she was gonna kill him because she knew that because she got caught with infidelity that Lester would, you know what I'm saying, would be entitled to half of her shit, so she was gonna kill him? Like what do you think?
Shit. Sir, she wasn't gonna get nothing in that divorce. But I think it was more so the fact that her intentions was to kill Lester, bro. Like it had to be.
So you think so?
Facts. Listen, you get caught cheating on this man. Before you even get caught cheating on this man, you already know that he was on the verge of leaving you to begin with. Like he didn't give a fuck about the marriage at that point because you know what I'm saying, he was going through his midlife crisis. Then all the stuff that you was going through, and then like you know, and this is why I kept talking about her and Buddy bringing up that to the image of success thing, because now that's gone. Like once all that happens, now how is she gonna create that facade? How is she gonna have that facade? She don't have that no more. You know what I'm saying? Like at this point, that shit is over and done with. So for her, I think it was just like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like I think she looked at it that he ruined everything for her. You know what I'm saying? Like she basically never took accountability for anything. Just the fact, like, even remember, you know what I'm saying, going back to the beginning of the movie when he was narrating, he was just talking to her and she was over there talking to the neighbors, and he was like, look at her, you know what I'm saying? You would think that she's this happy, you know what I'm saying, suburban wife, but she's really miserable on the inside. You know what I'm saying? He was like, she's doing a great job acting or something. Like, I wonder how she does it. But just even the fact that, you know what I'm saying, like she can even take it to that, you know what I'm saying, to that length. Even, you know what I'm saying, like it seemed as if she was trying to do everything in her power to make people like her and to be accepted and everything else. Because like even when they was talking about the lagoon part with the pool, and she was like, there's no plants or nothing around here. And she was like, I mean, look at this right here. Is this not a plant? And she was like, I mean, if you want, I could call my landscaping guy. Yeah, like just the fact that, you know what I'm saying, she was reaching so much to even be, you know what I'm saying, like once again accepted. So I think, she definitely had intentions on killing that man.
Okay, like, because the one thing that throws you off is when, okay, so the mystery's out the bag. It ended up being Colonel Fitz who's the one who shot Lester. And I think Lester was at that point because Angela asked him, how are you? He was like, it's been a long time since anybody asked me that question. He was like, basically at this point right now in my life, with all the bullshit that I'm going through, he's like, I'm actually great. Like, this is the best I felt basically in years. And so he's looking at the picture of his wife and his kid, and you know what I'm saying, get shot in the head, and it's Colonel Fitz. And I think a lot of it with him is the fact of the cat's out the bag. This man now knows that you're gay. And I think that he would never be able to face him again because he know that he's gay and he's not gay. So now I have to get rid of you. Not only did you reject me, but now you know my secret. So now you got to go. So I can't have no paper trail for anything to lead back to me. But Carolyn came in the house, she sees him, and then she goes in the Lester's closet and falls on his clothes, and she's crying hysterically. And it's like, is it the fact that Lester's dead? Is it the fact that she didn't get to do it? Or is the fact of maybe she was just holding that gun because the gun made her feel a different way. I
think you're right about that gun part. The gun definitely kind of gave her that power because, like, you know what I'm saying? Even if like you just paid attention to it, her having to have affirmations of, you know what I'm saying, telling herself, I won't be a victim. You know what I'm saying? I won't be a victim. Even remember when she was cleaning the house, when she was going through that shit, she was like, I'm going to sell the house today. I'm going to sell the house today. Like, you know what I'm saying? She kept having this, like, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a great mindset to have of trying to, you know what I'm saying, stay positive, manifest things like that. But it's a difference when you yourself don't even believe in it for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, you doing it because you think this is what successful people do. When the truth of the matter is that, you know what I'm saying, it's a different life you have to live. Like that, and once again, going back to it, like they keep talking about the image of success. When you can't have an image of success, you just have to be successful. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a total difference. Like, if you want to put on a facade, that's cool. People do it on Instagram now all the time. But it's a difference when you actually are that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. And it's all about how you feel. You can have all the success in the world. Like they always say, like, we can sit back and we can listen to these people, these famous people always say, yo, it ain't about the money, it ain't about the money. But when you're younger and you like, well, dude, you got the money, so it don't matter.
Exactly.
But when you start hearing about all of these actors and actresses and entertainers and all this shit, they're not really happy. Nope. They got the money, but they're not happy. So
this movie
was
a perfect example of that too.
Yeah, it's like, so everybody seems good on the outside, but really on the inside, everybody's dying inside.
Exactly.
And that's what really this movie is about. And they call it American Beauty. It's like, that's what American Beauty is. To a lot of people are using the image that they're good and that everything is beautiful, but it's really not. And I think that this movie projected to us, and I think that's the reason why it won all the awards that it did.
Facts, yeah.
Because me and you had this whole conversation before we started. We was looking at all the movies that came out in '99, and like, dude, it was some bangers to come out in '99.
Definitely was.
But I get the reason why this particular movie, won the awards that it did, because once you figure out the deeper meaning of it, it's like, oh, okay, now I get it.
And that's what I was saying when in the beginning, like, you know what I'm saying, coming back and watching this now at 33 is totally different, because not only do, you know what I'm saying, you understand what's going on, you know what I'm saying, like you were saying, being older, being, you know what I'm saying, married and divorced and then having kids and everything else, but you also understand just the fact of, you know what I'm saying, you get what Lester is going through. You know what I'm saying? Even if you wasn't married, like even just having a relationship, you understand the fact of 1 minute, you know what I'm saying, it's the happiest thing going on in your life, and the next minute you just going day by day, going through the motions. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I gotta get up, see her again. Like, you feel that, so you understand him, you get what he's going through. And then, you know what I'm saying, you even get what Carolyn is going through. Like, she's trying to be this picture perfect housewife, and, you know what I'm saying, also to be a job and be the, you know, the new age woman and all these other things. And it's just like, man, like, these people really are trying to put on a fucking show when they really don't even have to. And I think with Lester, the good thing about him was he really just kind of went back in time. Like, even remember he was saying, like, when he was talking to Ricky, he was like, man, he was like, you know what I'm saying, at 18, you know what I'm saying, I was flipping burgers, and he was like, man, he was like, I was having the time of my life. He was like,
oh, and then he said it took me a whole summer to get enough money to buy an 8-track.
You're right. He said it took me enough money to get a whole song by 8-track. So Ricky was like, man, that must suck. He was like, nah, not really. He was like, shit, I was getting paid. It was like, man, I was getting girls, bro. Like, shit, that was the best time of my life. So I think that's what the, you know what I'm saying, going back to the burger joint, you know what I'm saying, flipping burgers. And then not only that, going back and getting the Thunderbird. And you know what I'm saying? Like, he was trying to rehash that that feeling that he had at 18. Or when he was younger, you know what I'm saying, when he had that freedom, when he had fun, you know what I'm saying, he was loving life at that time. And you know what I'm saying, like he said, when he was like, man, you listen to
I think it was Pink Floyd.
Yeah, Pink Floyd was like, man, you listen to Pink Floyd? He was like, I ain't listened to this album in like 30 years. You know what I'm saying? So now he going back, working out, listening to Pink Floyd, smoking again. Like, he was really like learning to love life again. And I think that was the, you know what I'm saying, like, that was the reason that he was having so much success for real. Like, think about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you supposedly got fired from your job, but not only did you get fired, you don't got to work there no more. They giving you a whole year's salary, you know what I'm saying, with benefits. Then you went to go get another job that same day. You flipping burgers, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, you want the least amount of responsibility possible. You got that. Find out that your wife cheating on you. You at this point, you don't give a damn no way because you really want to fuck with her. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, you good. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got you a Thunderbird, you know what I'm saying? Like, you straight. So that he was really like, he really learned or got back to learning how to love life. And I think that was really just like the whole moral of this movie. Like, yo, you know what I'm saying? All this money, all these houses, all that shit don't matter. You have to learn how to enjoy you. You know what I'm saying? If you can't do that, then all that stuff is just, you know what I'm saying, basically a facade.
Yeah, and before we get to the fire flames, I just want to answer the question that I answered to you. Mm-hmm. I think that the gun was more of she had confidence to say what she wanted to say when it was in her possession. I don't think her intent was to kill Lester. I think her intent was to try to save her marriage. I think that she was going to try to convince Lester that it was over between her and Buddy and that she wanted to work on their marriage. But I think that gun gave her the power to say that. I think that she never had the confidence and the power to say it. Mm-hmm. So I think that because if you go back to the scene when she first fired a gun in that gun range, and she was just like, yo, like the feeling I have when I shoot this gun. Remember, she was listening, nobody's gonna rain on my parade on her way home. So like that gun gave her this like, for Lester, it was the weed and it was the working out and you know, the Firebird. For her, it was the gun. Yeah. And I think that the gun was just the thing that gave her that confidence to actually go in there, because the way she reacted when she went and started laying on Lester's stuff in his closet, I don't think she wanted Lester to die. I think she wanted to save her marriage at that point. Okay. But I mean, but what you're saying though, it could be both things. It could just really be how you interpret it.
No, actually, what you're saying actually makes a lot of sense. You know what I'm saying? Thinking back on it, actually, because I think that, you know what I'm saying, especially like when she got caught at the drive-thru with Buddy, and then Buddy, you know what I'm saying, kind of like ditched her. Like, in a moment like that, you know what I'm saying, you don't expect for a motherfucker to just be like, well, shit, all right, then I'm gone. You don't think about shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, that's some tough shit to deal with. And then, you know what I'm saying, to get dumped on top of that. So not only did you get caught by your husband, your boyfriend dumped you. So she was really going through it. Then she's sitting there crying. He ain't consoling her or nothing. And then this nigga said, yeah, I'm going through a really expensive divorce. So I'm like, yo, like, so I feel you though. That makes a lot of sense.
That's what's up.
Man. So fire flames, bro. You ready?
Let's go.
All right.
Yoga fire. Yoga flame.
All right, man. So yo, I'm kind of fuck it, bro. I'm going 5, bro. This movie is really I get it. Like, this movie really is better than I really thought it was. Like, it's funny, you know what I'm saying? It has a great principle to it, great moral. The acting is great. The acting is great. Kevin Spacey, yo, this might be, to me, this might have been like the best fucking movie he's ever done. And he's been in some shit. Like, Horrible Bosses was funny as fuck to me. Like, he was a fucking asshole in Horrible Bosses. But this, like, I think he did his joint in this one. But yeah, like, I'm going 5, bro. That's it.
I ain't mad at it. But to answer what you said, like, I would go his second. Because I mean, you know how I feel about The Negotiator. And he killed that as well. Honestly, man, I'm like you, man. Like, going back and watching it again, it's like, yo, it's a whole lot better now with age. And I'm gonna go 4.5. Okay. I can see where you get to 5. I mean, I'm right there, dude. This is like a 4.8, to be honest with you. Yeah. I think that what this movie does is, like, when you watch it when you're mature and you actually been through real life shit. Because see, that's the thing. I think that if you never really been through some shit, or if you never experienced things, I think that you would view this movie different. But like, actually going through some shit and actually having those moments where you don't like yourself or you're faking something or whatever like that, you interpret this movie different. And I get the hype that it got in 99. Now I get it being a 36-year-old. It's like,
Yeah.
Now I understand why this movie got the hype that it did.
Yeah.
And speaking of that, yo, I mean, we ain't really got the time now because we got to get to these games. But man, me and you had a conversation about the year '99. Y'all do not understand. Like the movies, if y'all just Google,
great year, bro.
Man, if you Google the movies that came out in 1999, I think what it was the Y2K shit when they told us our power was gonna cut off at 12 o'clock.
The end of the world was coming. They was like, yo, we gotta put out some joints, bro.
Hey, but everybody put their movies out, man. It was some great fucking movies to come out in 99.
Yo, 1999 was a wild ass year, bro.
It really was, man. It really was.
Like just the Y2K scare alone. That shit was so crazy. Got your ass up, man. You know what I'm saying? Mom has some canned goods in the house. Well, we sit here. We for sure that got down when because everybody watching Times Square at this point, and everybody thinking like when their clock hit 0, all the lights go shut off and Times Square. Listen, as a country, we were so fucking stupid to believe that the computers wouldn't recognize the year 2000. Oh my god, yo, we definitely got to talk about 1999.
Hey, I'm telling y'all, we came
on this joint, bro.
Yeah, we gonna have to do something. Cause we got down just the shit that came out in '99. It's wild. Yeah, and for this movie to be the most recognized, now I understand as an adult who's been through some shit. So yeah, man. I mean, dude, I'm right there at the 5. I ain't gonna lie to you, but I'm right there. But I'm right there because you like if. It depends on how you interpret it because there's a lot of weirdo shit going on in this movie, and we ain't even mentioned the fact that Lester was really on the low, kind of a pedophile. You know what I'm saying?
That nigga was a fucking pedophile, bro. That nigga was in high school.
Yeah,
fuck, man. He was in high school, bro.
Yeah,
that was his daughter's friend.
Dude, while her daughter's upstairs, he about to smash his daughter's friend on the couch.
On the couch, bro. Then let me tell you, this was the crazy part though. When she pulled out them average boobs, he was about to get busy on them though. But when she said it's my first time, this nigga just laid his head on her. He still got the feel on her, bro.
Oh yeah, he still got a feel. He still got a feel. He got him on the face.
Yeah, he was taking snapshots of the pit in his mental, bro. He was adding in the spank bank. Like, come on, my G, what you doing? Man, that shit was crazy, man.
Oh man,
that's wild. So crazy, man. All right, man. Let's get to coming soon, bro.
Coming soon.
Coming soon. Coming soon.
All right, so next episode, man, we got an appreciation episode. We're gonna show some love to my man Thomas Hanks. You know what I'm saying? Father of Chet Hanks. Most people know him from Castaway. Toy Story, you know what I'm saying? They might not know his face, but they definitely know his voice. And for me, I know him, you know what I'm saying, from Big.
Man, I got an underrated movie for you. That I mean, you know, a lot of people think of Forrest Gump, you know what I'm saying? People think of Philadelphia. He's been through so many, but like, yo, one of his best performances that nobody talk about, dude, A League of Their Own, my God. With motherfucking Gina Davis, when that motherfucker, said, he said, "Are you crying?" There's no crying in baseball.
Hey,
he was a drunk old baseball player, dude. Like, and they had him coaching women's softball, dude. He was not feeling that shit. Hey. You want to talk about comedy,
Castaway. No, Castaway, bro.
I get it, but
he was by himself acting.
This is true. Castaway had a terrible ending, though.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Terrible ending. I mean, I get Helen Hunt moving on, but still, you know what I mean?
What was she supposed to do?
I mean, yeah, she was supposed to move on. I mean, everybody think he dead. I mean, he was gone for like 5 years or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
No, the fact that this nigga was surviving 5 fucking years on the island by himself is amazing. Eating coconuts and catching fish. This nigga learned how to fish. This nigga learned how to build boats, start fires. That's what I'm saying. Like, bro, this nigga was literally, like he really was, you know what I'm saying, talking to Wilson. Yo, when he lost Wilson, bro, that was the saddest moment in movie history, bro.
It was, man. But like, and then not getting what Forrest Gump really meant. Like when I first seen Forrest Gump, I didn't get it. But it's like now, it's like I get
I'm
that
gonna go
shit
back and watch Forrest Gump, bro. I ain't seen
because
that in a
like
minute.
it's basically the it's the epitome of what the Dasaki commercials meant. He was the most interested man in the world. That's what it was. He succeeded at every fucking thing except
I
getting
think
Jenny.
that was all cap though. I ain't gonna lie to you. I think Forrest
I
Gump
think
was lying.
I think that's the whole point of the movie.
That he's just a liar.
Not that he's a liar.
He's a fucking liar, bro.
Man, no, he was not a liar.
This nigga played,
Hey,
bro. You telling me this nigga played for Alabama, got the fucking ball, and ran out the stadium?
Yeah.
Nah, bro. Forrest Gump, you mean Forrest Gump is that fucking fast? Faster than all them niggas on the field. Forrest fucking Gump, no, bro.
Yeah,
then he was about to get jumped by them kids as a kid. He running and just happened to break his braces. Nah, bro. Forrest Gump's a fucking liar.
That's the whole point of the movie, man. That's the whole point of the movie.
The fact that he's a fucking liar. I don't think he was ever in the military. I don't think he really knew Lieutenant Dan. I don't think he met I don't think he met Bubba. I don't think this nigga was just making shit up, bro. Now, Jenny, I think is real. But outside of that, the rest of that shit is all cap.
Jenny is a fucking asshole. I hate Jenny.
And this nigga told his... Go ahead.
Jenny might be the worst character I've ever... Like, as far as the script, she's the worst person ever, dude. I hate Jenny.
I don't think so. Until you realize that Forrest Gump's a fucking liar. Then you understand Jenny.
Hey.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You get it. Oh, I get it, Jenny. Yeah, he's a liar, bro. He probably made all that shit up. Then he told his whole story waiting for the bus.
To different people. He told different stories to different people, remember? It wasn't the same person.
That's not the point. He was waiting for the bus.
It was waiting for a bus and she lived down the street in walking distance. Okay, we'll get to this.
That's what I'm talking about, bro. I'm rewatching Forrest Gump, bro, so I can break this down. Because listen, something ain't right with that, bro.
That is funny.
This nigga was at a Black Panther Party meeting, bro. That's what I'm talking about, man. Just accidentally at a Black Panther party. What are we talking about, bro?
This dude ran across the United States, my guy.
This nigga beat a Japanese man in ping pong during the Olympics. Come on, bro.
And he started playing ping pong because he got shot in the butt. It said something big.
This nigga been in the military. This nigga played for Alabama under Bear Bryant. This nigga is an Olympic ping pong champion. And
he met the president.
Yeah, he learned it in rehab. He done met the president.
No, on, bro. Then when he was in the military, the reason he got in his words, bit in the ass was because he went and he saved like 20 Marines dudes and carried them on his back to safety.
Come on, bro.
Okay. We'll get to it.
Cap City, okay?
All right.
I can't wait for this episode. The trash Forrest Gump. I'm about to trash Forrest Gump, bro. So, listen, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for listening. We definitely appreciate it. Make sure you follow us on all social media, Instagram and Twitter at ViewAnonPod, on Facebook, VA Pod Watch Group. Also, make sure if you haven't to subscribe and follow the podcast on all of your podcast platforms. You can follow me at Scoots Bronson on Twitter. I don't do IG no more because once again I'm shadow banned. However, you can go check me out at twitch.tv/Scoots Bronson. Make sure you hit that follow button there too. You can watch me streams for video games if you like video games, or you can just get on there and chat with me. Either way, it really don't matter. And that's all I got, man.
Cool. Y'all can catch me at s.foster8 on IG and Instagram. IG and Twitter at 28 Minutes or Less Pod on IG as well. 28 Minutes or Less on Facebook. You can catch the last episode I put out of the 28 Minutes or Less on all major platforms. I did episode 63, if I'm not mistaken. The Wu-Tang American Saga, the show on Hulu. So you can go check that out. My last 2 episodes, I had guests on them. Shout out to Siege and shout out to VJ. But that's it though, man. That's all I got to promote today.
For sure. So yeah, man. See you guys Tuesday. You know what I mean? Can't wait for this episode. And like they say in Hollywood, man, that is a wrap.